Welcome to Section 3, Writing Code. In this section, we will write our first simple program called Hello World using a Windows-based coding language called VBS. VBS is the underlying language used by the Windows operating system and is available to us without using any complicated development environment. Let's get started. Here I am in the previous project folder that we did with the previous .log file that we created, and I have the non-working .log file here. So what I'm going to do is delete this .log file. I'm going to select it and hit the delete key on the keyboard. And then I'm going to open up my .log file here, and I'm going to type what I'm about to do. So we are about to begin Hello World. And let me fix this. There we go. All right, so we have our log here and we're ready to start. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Control S to save this, or go to File and Save and then close this. And now I'm going to create my first VBS file. Now it's similar to creating a .log file, and I'll show you what I mean by this. If I were to right click on this and create a file the way I did before, the only issue is the fact that this says .txt. And to create a code file, we can't have it called txt. If I were to type VBS here and hit enter, it's asking me, do I really want to change that? And I'm going to say yes. And you'll notice what happens when I change that text file to VBS. It shows that this is a VBS script file, even though there's nothing in it. But because of that extension there, it created, the computer believes that this is a scripting file. If I were to double click on this and try to open it, it will not open or do anything because there's no code to do anything. So I'm going to delete this example. So let's look at two ways we can create our executable file. One is right click here, go to new, go down here to the text document, and name your document Hello World. And then I'm going to change the extension, so I'm going to put .vbs, and I'm going to remove that extension and hit enter. Then it's going to ask me if I really want to change the extension. I'm going to hit yes. That's one way. And if I want to edit this, I have to right click on it and then go to open with, then here to Notepad. And as you can see, Hello World is open in Notepad. The other way to create a file, a VBS file, is to go here to the Windows Start, type Notepad, open up Notepad, and immediately go to File, Save. When that happens, you can choose where you want to save it, but our main concern is down here with the file name. I'm going to type Hello World.vbs. Then I'm going to change this Save As Type to All Files. And then I'm going to click Save, except I already have a Hello World there, so I'm going to call this Hello World 2. Then click Save. And when I close this, you'll see I have two Hello World files. That's two ways of creating our script files. We don't need this second one, so I'm going to select it and delete it. But we are going to work on this first one. So I'm going to right click on this, go to Open with, Notepad. That's one way. Or you can open Notepad, go to File, and open the file this way. So that's two ways to also open your project. So in here is where I'm going to put my code. This is how we type our code. We'll start off with typing MSG box. This is a message box that we're going to make pop up, and it's a special syntax, and syntax is simply the way code is written. And I'm going to put a space there with two quotes. I'm going to type Hello World. Now you'll notice what I did here. When I wrote Hello World, I put both quotes first, then I went inside the quotes, and then I typed Hello World. The reason why we do it this way is so we can make sure we don't run into any errors later, because if there was only one here, the application would not work. It would simply give me an error. So I want to make sure I always have two there. Next thing I want to do is save this. I'm going to hit File, Save. Then I can go ahead and close this. Now let's see our application work. I'm going to double click on this, and look at that. We have a window that pops up that says Hello World. Congratulations, you made your first program. Now there's obviously a lot more to learn, but you've created your project, you created a .log file, and you created a working program. In the next section, let's look at how we can solve errors inside of our program.